TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We have done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Let's strap on in. Strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What's up and what's going on, everybody? Hold on. Had to make sure I'm ready. Yeah, felt like I had a little dryness in the mouth right when I started. See, I've started the show on time, but I'm not ready. Started the show on time, but I'm not ready. But shout out to everybody. Do appreciate each and every one of you being in the building. Shout out to SKC up the top rope with the first comment. He says, interesting fact, BR. I remember Ring by Spring was huge in my neighborhood. That's an all black neighborhood, right? Because you're black. You got black parents. You're born in a black neighborhood, black community, right? Okay, so you're talking about the black people you grew up with before you left the community. Okay, great. That's good to know, SKC. All right. Everybody who knows SKC know that's some serious sarcasm I'm going with. But anyway, interesting fact, BR. He said, I remember Ring by Spring was huge in my neighborhood, but not on campus at college. I was the only one married in my grad class, but was among many in my neighborhood. Hashtag Coon win. Absolutely. Shout out to you. I got married very young, so I know how that goes. I don't necessarily recommend men to do that early, but beautiful families that stick together are wonderful. So there's that. Imperi in the building says, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen." I don't know if she's fallen. I mean, it's. This is my problem with them, and I'm going to get into this. When they make their concessions of defeat, they do it without conceding the simple fact that they lost. Conceding the simple fact that, you know what, I was wrong. They never do that. They just make the new commentary that they got from the men in this space that they hate as if that was always their position. Like, you know, some proper credit and attribution. Even if she only gave credit to one man, Kevin Samuels. But as I always say, everything that he was said, it was some stuff that, you know, that he, you know, went his own direction or had. He was good at developing his own ideas, but everything that he gave to the world, all of that was essentially forged in the belly of the beast of the black manosphere. No other way around that. No other way around that. And all the women who waved the banner of what we call the sisterhood, all those feminists, they hated the black manosphere, and they hated Kevin Samuels and by extension the black manosphere for all the things that he was saying. Then eventually they come around and they make those same points, which is okay. But my only argument, my only point that, you know, is I want a concession speech. I want you to concede defeat. I want you to do like the presidential candidate when the other person wins and you have to go and give a concession speech. Do that. Acknowledge that it is a concession of defeat. You have conceded defeat. Your ideas, your thought, your ideology, your perspective, and everything that you've built your life, your whole social media presence, and your career on, and all your life decisions on, say it was wrong and those men that we hate are right. Those chauvinists and misogynists are right. That's where I'm at. That's what I want to hear with that. That's legitimately what I want to hear. But there it is. As Kevin Samuels says. Thank you, RM, for putting that on the screen. Accountability is kryptonite to modern black women. Kevin Rashawn Samuels. That's a black ass name, Rashawn. But anyway, shout out to Kevin Samuels on that one. But and shout out to RM, says hit the like button on the way into the building. Says hit the like button on the way in. Who else we got in here? Let me shout out a few more people that made it in bright and early before I dig right into this thing. Shout out to Matrix Media. Shout out to who we got in here, the Mac the Trucker. Shout out to the Mac the Trucker. He says Bernard is on time. It took a lot of work for me to be on time. I had to go and defeat Dr. Strange to get the time stone from him. But he was an asshole. You see, after I defeated him, then he finally told me that he didn't have the time stone. He told me Thanos had it. So then I had to go and defeat Thanos to get the time stone. Only thing is, he had already destroyed him. So I had to time travel, and I got lost in the quantum realm for 10 years. And when I made it out of the quantum realm, I came out back before he used the stones to destroy everything. And then I had to defeat him and take the time stone. And now I'm here. Now that I got the time stone, I'm able to be on time now. So I'm going to be on time every day going forward. But I did all that for you. I did all that for y'all just so I could start on time. Just so y'all know. RW in the building. Shout out to C Gully. Shout out to Link. Shout out to Gerald Johnson. Shout out to Winthrop. Shout out to Dolomite, who says, all I gotta say in my SpongeBob voice, a few moments later. After Ebony gave her anti-black men rhetoric, now she is doing a 180. I think she's still anti-black male. But I just think that she had to concede defeat. She had to just admit a simple fact. That those misogynists are right. Those chauvinists are right. Those sexist pigs are right. Those bullies who want to uphold the patriarchy are right. I don't think it changes nothing. I don't think it really does anything. But it's a concession of defeat without fully 100% saying that, yeah, they were right. That's what it was. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to each and every one of you. I'm going to go ahead and dig right into this. I'm gonna go ahead and dig right into this. One more. He says you will get diarrhea and headaches. So I started realizing getting headaches and hit me too much because it's bad. I think it's time for me to throw away all my I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. But shout out to you. All right. Let's drop the music because I'm about to pull up the videos that most of you have seen already. Where she's doing the where she gave the concession speech without she didn't concede defeat. She didn't fully admit to losing the ideological war of words. She didn't, it was a concession speech without acknowledging the existence of the winner. Put it like that. It was a concession speech without acknowledging that you were wrong or without acknowledging who was right. That's what it was. That's probably the best way I could describe it. But let's go. Oh, wait, before we go. And RM, I hope you got Mean Run Enterprise sent a $20 cash app off the air. So start him off up there. I hope you saw that. Check out, I sent you the message. So let's get that one up there. But the Blue Collar Brother podcast in the building. I like that. I dig that. Shout out to the Blue Collar Brothers in the building. Shout out to all the Blue Collar Brothers in the building. Do appreciate you coming on through. Thank you for putting 5 on it. Do appreciate you. But all right, let me pull this up. Hopefully it's the right one.
That needs to be said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, hold on. I skipped ahead by accident. But shoot, I can pause it right there. Where have we heard that? Where have we heard that statement? Let me do that like this. Yeah, I like that a little better. That's better. And then let me pull this up right here. But where have we heard that statement? When Black men get older, their desirability increases. Citations, ma'am. Citations. You're quoting someone. When you quote someone, you ought to acknowledge who you're quoting. Okay, ideally, you should do that.
Increases. Thus, the reality that needs to be said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding.
Sounds familiar. Sounds like a concession of defeat without conceding defeat or acknowledging the victor. But all right, let's go.
And the exact opposite is true for Black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year.
Partnership market value. Where did it come from where people started talking about relationship and dating and the whole dating, marriage, mating, relating, sexual marketplace as a market value or a stock that goes up and goes down, and it goes up and it's at a certain peak when you're at a certain point, and then it starts going down and it gets worse and worse, and whatever options you had when it was up there, those options are no longer available. But the way that modern women operate, they think that they're going to cash out when they get, in their early to mid 30s, when their career is at their peak, when they operating like a man, because that's when men, cash out. That's when men start cashing out, when they get that peak. Who explained all of that? Who's been saying that? Who's been saying that? Stop conceding defeat without acknowledging defeat and acknowledging the winner of what can only be described as an ideological war. A war of words, not a real war. Nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's getting hurt. But in the mighty world of rhetorical discourse, where people go back and forth and talk about ideas, and everybody, that's been going on since humanity, since humans got smart enough to have introspective conversations about what makes sense. It's always been a war of words where ideas and moral systems and everything has been debated by intellectuals for the longest, since time immemorial. That has always been the case. That have never not been the case. And I think the overall objective and goal is for human beings to gradually inch closer to the truth. And it's a bumpy road. It goes up, it goes down. You get somewhere near the truth, then somebody with a big microphone puts a lot of bullshit out there, and it slopes down, and you come back up. It's a roller coaster ride getting to the truth, get into a system that makes sense. But this is a concession of defeat that the misogynist who wants to uphold the patriarchy, yeah, they were right. But she's not acknowledging that she was wrong. She's not acknowledging who's right. Now I'm seeing in the chat room, shout out to Hood Servative. Shout out to Hood Servative. He says this is political. It is my view that they all do that for political reasons. They all do that because they see the steam and the power of the black male spaces. I can't even say the black manosphere, because black manosphere content has just got so far and wide. It's people not attached to the black manosphere that don't even claim it, but they still doing the same content. But the mere fact that we know where those ideas were fostered and originally pushed out, we can give credit to the black manosphere for it. So they understand that the war of words, the war of words, the idea war, the ideological, rhetorical discourse, they understand that aspects of it have been won by men. And if they keep going down the same train, they're going to lose. They're going to lose a large part of their audience, because even the simps that watch the Griot, even the simps that go over there and also listen to Mark Lamont Hill, even the simps that go over there and listen to Mark Lamont Hill, who men can have babies, Mark Lamont Hill. Even the men that go over there be hearing some of the stuff that coming from male spaces, and they like, yeah, these women are crazy, and we stupid for following them. So they do gotta gentrify some aspects of the message over here to try to, spoon feed or baby feed the simps over there into saying, no, I'm saying things that men like. So, no, you're not over here, you're not over here in your feminine energy listening to me. I agree with some of the stuff that the men say. So yeah, it is a political move. I knew it was a political move when April Mason did the shit. I knew it. It didn't take her long for her to turn back around and say some more bullshit. I knew it was a political move, more or less, even though Rebecca Lynn Pope was the originator of that strategy. Rebecca Lynn Pope was the originator of that strategy. Let me concede all the points that the men have been making and get them on my side. But eventually she just went right back to some bullshit. So this isn't me saying that, yeah, Ebony K. Williams, let's get behind her. She agrees with us. No. Anybody who's doing that. See, anybody who does that, that was somebody who already just wanted to follow a woman. It's some men like that. Theo wife admitted that after he got out of his simping, when he broke free from it, he was so used to just, women are right and women are perfect, to where even when he was when he was first processing all the manosphere stuff, he knew it was right, but he needed to hear it from a woman. So he started listening to, I think her name was Sharon Strong or something. He started finding the women. He had to hear a woman say it. Some men just got to hear a woman say it. So the simps over there that need to hear a woman say something, yeah, they're loving this. So that's a thing. That's an aspect of this. But no. I never look at it like, yeah, somebody has come over to our side. Like, no. That ain't what's going on here. But I do like watching the concessions of defeat. I do like watching that. But let's dig back into it.
No matter how good
Oh, and by the way,
we look,
she's looking real pissed the whole time she's saying this. That dude got to get pointed out here. Y'all remember when I did the video about the beautiful white Nubian princess that won Miss Universe Zimbabwe? When I did the content on that, and I was joking. I don't know how them sisters really feel over there in Zimbabwe. I don't know how they feel. But I said when they were sitting there smiling, like fake Miss America smile, I was like, they grinding their teeth together. You could just see her. You could just. I was like, they over there grinding their teeth together, watching that white girl win Miss Zimbabwe over them. And it's like you could just see her like grinding her. It was like she just be. I think she talk like that all the time, though. It's like every time she say something, it's like her teeth. She just. It's like she don't move. It's like her mouth don't open. Like her teeth just seem like they just be locked down, and her lips just moving, but her teeth is just locked in, like a pit bull bit down on something, you know, and she just moving her lips without her teeth separating. That's how it looked like she talked, like she biting down on a jawbreaker, like she be mad when she say this shit.
no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily. No matter how fit we are, men are still seeing.
No matter how fit you are, did the most unfit. Let me back up, and make sure I'm not getting some context wrong, because I was talking too much. Let me back up and make sure I ain't getting some context wrong. I'm gonna let that part play out and see what she said leading up to that. Hold on.
You is depreciating with every passing year.
All right.
No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking.
All right. If she would have worded that in the context of saying, even those of us who are older, who still look good and have done the work that to keep ourselves, you know, fit and in shape, the mere fact that we're getting older and our fertility is declining, and you just never know when all that wrinkly face shit gonna set in, that men are thinking that, hey, I would do better now that my value is the highest. I would do better to, instead of getting with the 40-year-old Ebony K. Williams, I would do better finding the mid-20s version of that. You know, that's a realization. That's a realization. You know, when they pull out, but hold on, but just in case, because I do like to have facts, stats, and data to support what's being said. Where's that at? All right, this graph is a bit tedious and perhaps hard to see, but if you glance over that the top row, the top little part of the graph where it says non-Hispanic black. No, I'm sorry. No, right at the first one. The first one. It says where it says non-Hispanic black, and y'all see that 56.0. That's how many are obese. Let me make sure I'm reading that. Age-adjusted percentage of overweight persons 20 years of age and over who were obese 2013 to 2016. Okay, yep, I'm getting it right. That's how many was or who are obese. If it just said overweight, it would be 80%. Now, I want to hear nothing about all the wiggle room within there, or body mass index is not the most accurate way of doing that. I mean, there is a factor in the equation where you kind of just got to look at the woman. There is wiggle room, especially in the black community, that if all that extra weight is in the right places, that, you know, dude, people ain't tripping. It's an eye test. Do it look good? But niggas be saying a lot of stuff look good when it don't look good. And, you know, so there are issues there. There's some nuance there. But at the end of the day, however, that nuance is nuance and high as fuck for black women. So when she's saying, no matter how in shape, how good we look, or how in shape we are in, how good of shape we are in, that's misleading to say, because it implies that y'all are actually handling business in that category. Like, don't even imply that. That's not even, like, no. Like, no. Don't imply that one. All right.
Primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us.
Notice the words presumed. That's why, you know, it's a concession of defeat, but it's political. I didn't come in planning on using that word, but I'll take that word from Hood Conservative in the chat room. It is political, but you could tell it's political because he's using words like our presumed dwindling fertility. No, as you get older, you're less fertile. All right. The man want to start a family. He got his shit together. Now he want to start a family. He want to have kids. Yeah. You know, yeah, getting with a 37-year-old, 35-year-old, 36-year-old, or in her case, a 40-year-old. No, not a good idea. I know, and shout out to Kevin Samuels. I think I don't know if he coined the phrase, but it was funny as hell when he had that little back and forth with Kendra G. And I know she got to be embarrassed by that, because right now, Kendra G is kind of a big deal in terms of her channel. Like, people like look at her as like a big thing, especially. But if they wasn't around 2 years ago when they saw her, and you know, call on to Kevin Samuels shit on Instagram and get made to look worse than all of his Kevin Samuels normal callers and more ridiculous than the women that call into her show, she looked no different than them. So let that sink in. You know, when you see women running these channels, when somebody really gives them the third degree and they submit to getting that third degree, the women that call in to her show, she looked worse than them and more of a train wreck than them when she called into Kevin Samuels shit. Talking about her ice babies or frozen eggs and all of that shit. She was no different than Ebony. She sounds just as ridiculous. Just as ridiculous.
And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because
yeah, I remember when I said her teeth be stuck together when she talk, because it's like she mad and she like grinding her teeth together when she talk. Look at that shit. Look, it's like that's what cracking a smile looked like to her. She looked like, I remember in Hancock when the guy tried to do some public relations and PR for Hancock, and he said, "Hey, you should try smiling." And then you know, he made a statement and then he tried to smile, and it was like, it's like he had to force that smile out, like, or like no, one of them bootleg Terminator movies, you know, the Terminator Genesis and Terminator Dark Fate. I view those as some really expensive fan fiction. You know, they don't count in the Terminator story, but I think it was in Terminator Genesis where she tried to teach the T-800 to smile, and he was like he couldn't do it. he couldn't make his face smile. Like, that's how she looked trying to smile. That's literally how she looked when she's trying to smile. Oh man. Here we go. Let me get that back how I had it. Where we at? All right, right here. No, not right there. Right here. All right. Let's get back into it.
The number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women.
All right, here she go with that shit. So even when she's conceding defeat, she's still smuggling in some bullshit. I've been saying this for a while, and there's no data to show me otherwise. If you look at graduation percentages, the percentage of black women who graduate, not attend, not enroll, but graduate, yes, it's higher than black men. But if you look at the percentage points that it is higher, it's probably, probably think like 25% of them actually walk across the stage and graduate. With black men, it's something like 19%, something like that. With so that's what it was like. That's like 6 percentage points. With white women, it's something like 38% of them. With white men, something like 33%. Sorry, I don't have that data on hand, but it's easy to find on blackdemographics.com. Like 5 percentage points. It's like a 5 percentage point difference between white women and white men. It's like it's like 6 percentage point difference between black women and black men. Y'all are not y'all not at an overwhelming discrepancy. There's an enrollment discrepancy, but enrolling does not mean graduating. It means that you enrolled. And we all know over here that college enrollment went up with black women when they saying when they made it clear, hey, you can stay on assistance if you either get a job or you go to school. So they went online and they enrolled into DeBry, Mott Community College. I remember them commercials that used to be on BET of that dude talking about, it looked like a cell phone video of that dude standing up, said, come on, pick up the phone. You're on your phone anyway. Just pick up your phone. Dial this number. Get enrolled. Y'all remember that goofy ass commercial? That looked like a TikTok video before TikTok he was doing. But around that, college enrollment started going up around that time with black women. You can stay on assistance. Yeah, Everest. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, Demector Trucker. Y'all remember them Everest commercials? Yeah. They got on their cell phone and enrolled into Everest and shit. and I damn, and even though, that college debt and all, a lot of them, a Black Wizard, I don't know if you got a wrench or not, but you should. You said, do I still have a wrench? You ought to. You ought to. And I will make that correction if it's, I don't know if it needs, I don't know if you got one or not. I can't see, but I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up and give it a look-see. I'll pull it up and give it a good look-see. Give me 1 second, ladies. Oh, yeah, you good. You good. You good. You good. But all right. All right. Let's see. What was I at? What was I doing? Pull up that super chat that I missed. It was a super chat that I missed. Let me get to that one real quick. Any super chats that I've missed. Jamari81 in the building with a $10 super chat. Do appreciate that. Thank you for coming on through, supporting the stream. Appreciate you putting $10 on it. Appreciate it.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
All right. So yes, college enrollment for Black women went up when if you enrolled in college, you could stay on public assistance longer. And then college enrollment went up. And then when that college enrollment went up, the internet came on board. The internet jumped out there and said they are the most educated. And that's what happened. And they're still throwing that same black girl magic party, even though all of the data, anywhere the data is found on this subject, Asian men, y'all can't see my fingers, I'm sitting there counting. Asian men, Asian women, white men got more bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and PhDs than them. Black women are next No, I mean, yeah, black women, then black men. Well, no, okay, I'm fucking up the order because Hispanic women do got more than black men. So then it's black women, black men, Hispanic, Latino men. That's how the order plays out. But every group of women, except for Asian men and Asian women are like 50-50. Like 1 year, the Asian men may edge them out by 1 percentage point. The next year, Asian women may edge them out by 1 percentage point. But everybody else, the women are about 5 or 6 percentage points more educated than the men in every other group. Every other group in terms of bachelor degrees. So again, it's some fake news that black women are just so educated, so much more educated than their men. They're no more educated than their men than what white women are educated than white men. All women in this country pretty much are more educated than their men. I've said it once, I said it again. Black women are the only women who are constantly waving their dick in their men's face about the shit. Point blank, period. Like, that's what it is. That's what's going on. And shout out to Black Wizard. Says dropped a $5 super chat for your trouble. Absolutely, man. Thank you very much. You ain't have to drop it for my trouble, but I appreciate you dropping it. You have to drop it for my trouble, but I do appreciate you dropping it. But all right, let's go.
That we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, college-educated black men are so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men.
Yeah, not all targeting the same pool of men because college-educated black men are so low. Y'all all targeting the same pool of men because y'all all think y'all some dimes. Y'all all think y'all the shit. Y'all all think y'all deserve the top of earning men. That's what it is. That's how it works. It's called hypergamy. It's called everything that guy named Kevin Samuels gave to the world, presented the information to the world. The information that he presented to the world is information that was ultimately forged in the belly of the beast of the black manosphere. He gave it to the world and y'all hated him for it. Now you're conceding the point. That's what happened. But it's not because there's so few educated men. It's because, as we have laid out, that women are hypergamous, and not just in money. It's in every realm of dating. They try to do it up, whether it's looks or whatever the hell. They try to go up. They compete. They're willing to share. They don't operate or date on their level. They don't know where their level is. They think their level is who's giving them dick and who's not. A man with money fucked me. That mean I can marry a man with a lot of money. That's how they think it work. Snuggles in the building says, play my music. I'm mad at you, Snuggles. When on that video when I was joking about the white Nubian princess in Zimbabwe, you said, you people. You came in there and hit me with that you people shit. I'm like, what do you mean, you people? Who the hell is you people? But for old time's sake, Snuggles, for old time's sake, I will play your wonderful tune. Go ahead. Here we go. I got it. I'll cook it. Hold on. Wait for it.
Hi, I'm Snuggle. Snuggly softness. That's really less expensive.
There you go, Snuggles. There you go. For old time's sake, because you are the one who started it all. You are the one who had me start playing drops and stuff for people through StreamYard, for people who super chat, and then I extrapolated that to the it got 5 on it and all the other little drops from StreamYard with the super chats and all of that. And then when I started doing it, everybody in Black YouTube seemingly started doing it. So you started a trend that permeated all through Black YouTube. So good on you. Good on you. Good on you. But all right. All right. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Hold me down. Hold your boy down on the likes. Hold me down on the likes. Let's go.
And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all.
Damn it! I'm mad I didn't look up the data on that. The reason I'm very skeptical of the data on that because, like, well, it's 2 things. One, like I already laid out, enrollment don't mean graduating, so it's not 7 out of 1 for every person that graduates. Excuse me, it's not 7 out of 1 for every person to graduate. But the reason I'm really skeptical on that because she's the same person that said in 20 of the major cities, young women out earn men. And then when you looked at the data on that, it was 20 out of 250 major cities, like 250, only 20. And the cities that was listed wasn't even major cities like LA, New York, or nothing like that. No, it was some cities that I couldn't even readily identify. Then young women was defined as like 18 to 29, which it's no surprise that in that time frame, when men are building themselves, increasing their value, but women, women are women when they're younger. If you want to understand why younger women make more money than younger men, go to a Hooters, and that Hooters waitress, if she good and if it's a busy Hooters that really get a lot of clientele, really get a lot of customers, she can make a G a week on a bad week, 2 G's on a good week. It's a video that went viral of a Hooters waitress sitting there counting out her money. She made like $3,000 in 1 week. That's fairly normal. I dated a chick, and I'm just saying this is going to sound like a humble brag. She used to be a model. Now, she wasn't a model when I met her. When I met her, she was 35. But she used to model back in the day. She was 6 feet tall. And after she got done with her little modeling thing that she was doing from like 18 to 22, she started waiting tables and bartending and stuff and all of that. And she said, as a bartender, she was making 6 figures. She was making 6 figures, easy. Like 120,000. On her Friday, on her Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, her goal was to try to average 500 a night. On those nights, 500 to 600 a night on those nights, and then on the slower nights throughout the week, if she can make like 200 a night on those nights, that was her goal. She said she would have kept doing it. The only reason she stopped and then she just got older and just being in that bar that you can't listen to that music all day at work. You go fucking crazy. Them loud speakers. So that's how she got out of it. And she took a job like managing being like the hotel manager, not the hotel, but the apartment manager. Like when you go and try to lease an apartment or whatever, she's the person that show you around and draw up the contract or whatever the hell, something like that. Just doing basically some easy work that she got paid like 72,000 or something like that to do. She took a pay cut just because she got just tired of that loud ass music. But when she was willing to deal with that loud ass music, a leasing agent. Okay, thank you, Aaron. She became a leasing agent for some apartment buildings or something. But when she got tired of that loud ass music, yeah, she took that pay cut. But when she was able to deal with that loud ass music from like 22 to 32, yeah, she was making 6 figures. So take that and then let's extrapolate it on the property manager. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, leasing agent, property manager, whatever the hell. All right. Okay. Take that same concept, apply it to a Hooters waitress who ain't got shit but a high school diploma under her belt. She probably allegedly going to college. She taking some classes. But take that same concept, apply it to a Hooters waitress, and then ask yourself, how much do the 21-year-old dishwasher make? If you want to understand why young women make more money than young men, apply those concepts. But when it get to the point that we're being young and cute don't help them make more money, and you got to produce, okay, that those younger men are making more money in their 30s now. When those women they're dropping down in their 30s. So there's that. So that's why I'm saying I'm skeptical of her stats that they outnumber men 7-1 on college campuses, because when she presented other data, I went and looked at the article, and right in the article, it basically didn't say what she said that it said. So I'm skeptical of that. I'm very skeptical of that. I'm sorry I didn't have that article ready to go. I didn't get a chance to look it up beforehand because I forgot that she even said that shit.
I'll do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD.
If you're going to concede defeat, you have to acknowledge defeat and then acknowledge the winner. Who's the winner? The chauvinistic, misogynistic men who are trying to uphold this patriarchy and ruin everything that your feminism fought for. If you're going to concede an ideological defeat, acknowledge the winner and acknowledge that your ideas are wrong. They don't work. That, you're 40 with frozen eggs holding out for a high value man who has better options than you, the woman who talk with her teeth grinded together like that, who can't even smile. Like there's moments where she try to smile and it just like she don't even know how to do it. It's like no, nobody want that. I remember she said one time in one of those last videos when she's on a date, she said men have told her that they feel, because she's a lawyer by trade. Men have said that they feel like they're being, that like they're on the witness stand when they dating her. Like that's the last shit I ever want to deal with. Now let's keep in mind, she's an attractive woman. Those options that she's talking about these younger women having, she had those options. She's competed in beauty pageants. She had it all. She had everything. She had all the beauty, but she prioritized her education, her career, and all that other stuff. She did all of that. And now they got her at 40, waiting for some man that's making what she's making to come and marry some woman with ice babies in the freezer, thinking that they're about to get fertilized. No. It was a failed plan. It don't work. It's a failed plan. It don't work. Her best bet, and I'm actually shocked she haven't found it, which makes me say it's even more got to be wrong with her. I'm shocked she haven't found a high earning simp that don't know his true value, who's just looking at her like, hey, this is Ebony K. Williams. I'm actually shocked she ain't got that, but she probably don't got that because she don't want that. It's like I don't know what she wants. I'm not even trying to decode what it is that she wants. She do want a high earning. I think she do want a high earning pushover. I think that's what she wants, and those are out there. But then again, I think that chicks like her be so conflicted to where they want that high earning pushover, but then when they start pushing him over, they view him as less of a man, and now he ain't no real man. And then when a real man actually show up and want to deal with her, then it's like, oh, now I gotta listen to you and do what you say. No, we're equals. We both gotta, it's like, and then now he don't want to deal with her. And then that's really was that if I had to psychoanalyze how women like her end up, as far as the dating market goes, that's how I would project it. I mean, how I would, assume. That's what I would assume is going on, but I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know for sure, but that's my strong assumption. That's my strong assumption. Trying to just psychoanalyze him and using just the general knowledge that I have. But, all right, she's talking about the MRS degree. She's talking about the shit that Kevin Samuels gave ultimately to the world. The stuff that was forged in this space. She's conceding.
MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood.
Different choices related to life partnership. What, like you mean a bus driver? Just getting you, just finding you a young, good-looking dude who want to use you for your money and just be your bad bitch. that's what you that's what you're faced with. Decision in terms of motherhood. You mean taking the ice babies out the freezer and finding a donor? Like that what you talking about there? Shout out to Angry Man. I didn't watch the video. I don't know what he said. I just saw the title and glanced at the thumbnail, but I think I know where he was going, where he said she threw feminism under the bus. Very well said. Very well double entendre wordplay in that one. Just beautiful. Like she's taken feminism and all her previous ideas, everything that feminism has been pushing, she's taking it and throwing it under the bus, driven by the bus driver that her ass would not date. But she's throwing it under the bus. Think about when she was young and good looking. How many men, how many of the type of men that she want to marry her ass right now was practically down on one knee trying to marry her back when she was competing in beauty pageants. Think about that shit. Think about it. Reality set in. She realized the shit, the ideas, the concepts that they do don't work. Now, obviously, she can get a man. She can get somebody, but it's not her ideal thing. They think they're going to get that ideal thing. No, the women who get that ideal thing that they be wanting is the women who are ideal to those men. And back 15 years ago, she was ideal to those men when she was competing in those beauty pageants. You know, a smart, educated woman who won a beauty pageant. She was prime. She was prime real estate for some man with money to marry her. She if she would have played her cards right back then, she probably right now, instead of talking like this, she would have already took half of that man money by now. She'd be already divorced, working on her second marriage after walking away with a half of a man money already. Which is, is like, because even if she did it right, I don't think it's going to stay right, because I think her personality is her personality, and I think she got a more or less unbearable personality. That's my read on that. But all right. Why did that do that? That's my read on that. But all right. RM, when you put the numbers, the contributors back up there, just move that banner down because it looked kind of messy when they both up there together. Let's try to make that look a little cleaner if we can get that going. But all right.
Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
Yep. The man who was trying to let y'all know on the front end. Everybody had been saying it, but he's the one who had the big enough bullhorn to where it got to everybody in the world. The man who was letting y'all know on the front end, that's the one that y'all hated. That is the one that y'all hated. Now, where the hell is... I'm trying to find something, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Fuck, I don't got it. Where did it go? Where the hell did it go?
Hold up.
The numbers and everything on the marriage age number. Okay, yeah, that's easy. That's right there. Still right now, as we speak, as it stands right now, the shit is higher in the black community. The shit is higher in the black community, but more or less, you can see how it trended upward, going all the way back. There was a time when that's kind of hard to see, but it was a time, going back in the 60s. Let me make that, see if I can get that. Okay, that's better. I can see it. At least I can see it a little better now. In the 60s, that average marriage age was just a little over 20 for women. It was at about 26, 27 for men. Now it's over 30 for men. It's at 28 for women. If you would recall, when Kevin Samuels was doing his thing, he said that danger zone was between, I think, 27 and 33 or something like that. 27 and 33. Average age that women get married is right there in the danger zone. Men value increase over 30. Their average age of getting married is over 30. Women be charting out a plan, particularly a lot of the black women with all the feminist rhetoric. They chart out a plan that more or less has them getting married. And by the way, first marriages. They chart out a plan that more or less has them getting married into their 30s. That is the plan that they ultimately chart out. Now, for those of you who may not know the full backstory and how we got here and why all that we're looking at here is more or less significant, you know, Ebony K. Yeah, you can lift that up, make that bigger. Ebony K. Williams had this whole little thing go down.
And some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem.
She just tossed feminism and everything that she believed under that bus, that the bus driver who she won't date is driving. Shout out to Nuruddin. Nuruddin just updated his license and everything. He told me that a few months ago. You need to go holler at Ebony K. Williams. She's lowering her standards nowadays. Nuruddin need to go holler.
That's a problem because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society.
The standard that we use to measure men is off of who we are as women and who they are in society. And I even disagree with the way that she worded that one. It's not about who we are in society. Men work and they have jobs. Most men have always worked and have always had jobs. I've been saying it once. I say it again. When you equalize the amount of women who have jobs and make close to the same amount of money as men, what you do is blow all that up and make that bigger. I'm going to move down you don't got to try to squeeze it in with the banner when the banner is up there. I'm going to move the banner down. I'm going to get rid of that banner altogether. And then you can just make the contributors take over the whole space that banner is taking. Make the contributors take up roughly that much space. That's fine. That's cool. Or at least the space above my head. Yeah, just make them generally above my head. But no, that's all good. Yeah. Just make it look like that. That's an old one. But yeah, make it cover that right there. That'll work. All right. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, got it. Almost lost where I was at. Once you make it to where women are just as employed as men or more employed than men, make just as much money as men, or they make less. Even black women make less than black men. Once you do that, you just create a schema. to where, you know, they don't stop being hypergamous. They don't stop wanting a man to take care of them. But if they're making their own, give or take, you know, even, you know, $50,000-$60,000 in order for their hypergamy to kick in that man has to now make more than that $50,000-$60,000. He had to make comfortably more than average. He got to make, you know, in order for them to truly feel like, ooh, I got a man who's providing. You know, if they making, you know, $55,000 at a cubicle, and a damn construction worker come in making $55,000, but their job at the cubicle took them a bachelor's degree, and a construction worker with a high school degree who make $55,000-$60,000 a year, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them will look at that like, you know, I got an education and he don't. A lot of them will look at that like, this feel like 50-50. And in order for the lifestyle that she want to live, the type of house that has the rent, the type of house that she want to live in, and the type of rent or mortgage that's going to cost, yeah, her money is going to have to contribute to it. So the type of life that she want to live, it is going to end up damn near being 50-50 if she want to live that kind of lifestyle. So that ain't enough. That's where I could do bad all by myself come in. That's where all of that starts happening. That's where all that lingo and rhetoric come from. Now, I said it back when all this came out, that Ebony K. Williams, look, this is a woman who competed in beauty pageants, you know, and, you know, she still looked good for her age. I just can decode. She got a personality that I wouldn't want to deal with, that I think most men, especially the most successful ones, don't want to deal with. But I get it that, you know, as pretty as she is, good as she look, and, you know, she's a lawyer, she competed in beauty pageants, she got enough going for herself. She ain't got to drop down low as a bus driver. But whatever it is, if she laid out and charted out what she want, I guarantee that man would be lowering his standard to be with her. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. I guarantee that man who's 40 and is making equal to the amount of money that she making, that she allegedly, according to Google, you can't always trust Google. You know, almighty Google don't always get it right. Or Google Almighty, that's what I call it. Google Almighty don't always get it right. But it said she got a net worth somewhere in the low millions. Ain't no such thing as low millions to me, but it's somewhere in the low millions. You know, something like that. She meet that guy who's 40 years old with a net worth in the low millions, who's looking to start a family. He don't want to do it with her. He ain't want to do it with her. And even if he ain't trying to start a family, but he just wants somebody that he could just, you know, just be his life partner going forward. You know, he probably still, if he really thinking, and that's why they hate the space. This is why they hated Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels was getting that man to understand his true value. And like, nah, you can pull a younger, badder version of that Ebony K. Williams. She not gonna have a damn law degree, but why the fuck you need a chick to have a law degree? That ain't necessary for what you need her to do. Are you trying to marry her status? You trying to take a vacation and be on a nice beach with her status and accomplishments? Nah, that ain't, you know. So more or less, give or take, that's what it is. That's what the shit is. But there's plenty of women who be talking that buzz. I can see that, okay, she can do better than a bus driver, but I guarantee she can't do what the hell she looking for. I guarantee she not gonna do that. She's not gonna do it in the context that she wanted. She's not gonna pull that off. Now, the other bomb that dropped before this on Ebony K. Williams, and I got some other shit that I gotta get to. Got some other shit that I gotta get to. But the other bomb that she dropped leading up to this was this one right here.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single
circumstances, not circumstances. She's making it seem like somebody inflicted some pain on you, cause you, no. The situation that you're in, based off the decisions that you made, based off the ideology that you believed and pushed and tried to get other women to do, and everything that you just recently conceded, does not work. Those aren't circumstances. That's a bad, faulty ideology that you believed in whole hog, wholesale, and you were wrong. You were wrong. The shit don't work. It's good if you want to be free and do what you want to do, how you want to do it, and live your life and make your own money. Then yeah, it's good. But for the outcomes that they at their core really want, especially when it's all said and done, or like the video that I just reviewed when Tasha K was talking to on No Jumper podcast, where she was saying that no, women want these type of guys and that type of guy. They just don't realize it until, after they done got a couple babies by a couple men. It's like she was sitting there that whole conversation trying to basically sell, that she was talking about women that didn't mess with, after they didn't mess with, athletes and drug dealers and all of that, and they got a few kids, and yeah, they want men just like you. I'm like, you trying to sell damaged women to undamaged men? The shit be wild. The shit be legit wild. But anyway, so I just wanted to pick apart the idea. Like, you can stop at every other line. Our circumstances? No, not your circumstances. Don't make it seem like somebody kidnapped you and threw you in a white van with no windows and you're fighting for your life. No, these are your free decisions.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise.
Single motherhood by choice. I love how they, be talking like it's not by choice. I love how they talk like it's not by choice. Shout out to Machismo TV, aka Salty Balls, joint operation over there. He said for Machismo TV, Salty Balls once from Machismo TV and Salty Balls once again got a cash app. Actually, just acknowledge both of them in that cash app. Just acknowledge Machismo TV and Salty Balls for a $75 cash app.
Suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth. Put them in your mouth and suck them and suck them.
Shout out, salute. Welcome. And it says right there, they just hit 1,000 subs. So go and subscribe if you haven't already. Go and subscribe if you haven't already to Machismo TV. They just hit 1,000 subs. Let's keep that ball rolling. Let's keep that momentum.
Welcome to Machismo.
I was already doing it, RM.
Welcome to Machismo TV.
Okay, you do it. I put my hands up. You push the button. My hands
Welcome
up.
to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination.
My hands are up. I'm not touching it. It's all you.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, we've done so much, so little, for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Those are the words from Machismo TV. Those are the words from Machismo TV. Make sure you go subscribe and check that out. That's the best tagline in the building. But all right, let me get through this one. Because I'm gonna talk about something that shouldn't even be content. Something that a lot of people are talking about. It shouldn't even be content. That's why I didn't put it in my title. That whole Brittany Renner situation. I shouldn't even say it's situation. I'll explain why I don't even think it's worth talking about. But all right. But let's go.
So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypass...
It's like you play this video, then whoever said that SpongeBob thing, a few moments later. Whoever hit that one, that's they literally concede defeat every time. They literally just is every time. It's a goddamn concession speech, a rolling concession speech.
Those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood. Well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we...
Oh, boy.
choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us.
Remember when it was an article that came out sort of around the time that she was doing this, and the article said something like, "There's a shortage in black sperm. We need more black men to donate their sperm." But they just seem to don't understand how much they're needed to help create families. I was like, what in the hell? It's like it's that wild out there. She realized how wild it is, and then now she's resorted back to hey, maybe the chauvinist was right. Maybe the women should try to get attached to a man when they're younger and their value is the highest, and and commit to that man. And the best place to find those men, is when you're in college and you can see all the guys that just about to graduate with an engineering degree and be successful. When you getting your little degree in basket weaving, and you can go ahead and attach yourself to his wagon, and you'll go higher, and y'all have kids and work it out and have a family. Like, that's what that sounded a lot like patriarchy. That sounded a lot like the patriarchy that you fight against. But the opposite of patriarchy looked like frozen eggs, ice babies, and begging and waiting in line to get sperm from a syringe. That's what matriarchy and feminism look like. A fucking ice baby in a syringe at 40.
That look like our families, and that means we want black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings, and sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. And
they putting them in ATL. the home of the weave capital of the world, and the home of the BBL, ATL. They got the home ATL, the home of the BBL, gonna have black semen for sale. Had to drop some bars on y'all with that one.
Number 2, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable black sperm. You register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex. Then you can scan the current options for black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buying at least 2 vials right now.
That would never not sound funny to me. If you see some sperm that you like. They be talking about the sperm like it's an actual motherfucker standing in front of him. Oh, he's that sperm 6 foot tall and educated. It's like you see some sperm that you like. Oh man, that shit is just that shit would just never not be funny to me.
Even if you do not intend to use them anytime soon, trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them for whatever reason, what a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And also, most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna be secret Santas with the sperm. You can putting sperm in the stocking on Christmas. Use it as a gift. It's a gift, a little stocking stuffer. Yeah, Carlton Banks, you got it. Yeah, the semen stocking stuffer. You know, yeah, that's the thing now. That's what they into. This was her before she, just gave a concession of defeat when she was talking about not prioritizing family and waiting, after you got your career and everything and blah 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 before you start to prioritize having a family. It comes at certain cost. These are those costs. These are those costs that it come at. Semen stocking stuffers. Waiting in line at the black-owned sperm bank because everybody not doing like shit. I forgot what was it? What was a billionaire dude? It was a rich dude that said smart people need to have more kids, and he's right. He's right because we live in an idiocracy. But most people who donate sperm, they donate sperm because they what is it like $50 a pop? Hey, if I can get $50 every time I bust a nut, I might do it. They pay the man $50 for his semen. But the person whose pride is swallowed enough to walk in there and jack off in a cup for what? I don't know if it's $50, $25. Anyway, that person who's on that, I don't know if he fit the criteria, because keep in mind, there's a such thing as actually looking at a dude. He may not fit all the criterias, but it's a spark there. It's something about him. They might, that's how they fuck around and get pregnant by a dude who they shouldn't have got pregnant by because they were just feeling him. But when it comes to sperm, they just looking at the dude on paper. They want to know that height is right. They want to know that the level of education is right, his earnings, and because they want to look at the potential of what their child is going to be. So everything that they say that they be wanting, they want them tall, want them dark skinned, want them educated, want them this, want them that, all of that. They looking at that on paper. Chances are that dude who's that damn successful, who's hitting on all cylinders, chances are he ain't the dude hard up to where he about to go down there. And I heard somebody said in the chat room, I saw somebody say $50 to $1,000. Click on that one, RM, if you see it. Freeman's Journal. There it goes. I got it. All right. You saying is that legit? That's how much semen goes for? Well, let's just face it. If you let's just say you somebody you're black, you got 125 IQ, and you're tall. Yeah. I you can up that to and it's a shortage. And the woman gotta pay I think the woman gotta for the whole cryo freezing ice babies. The woman, I think they be paying like $10,000 for that whole process. So the facility, after all they cut costs and expenses, they probably profiting $5,000 off that sale. You think I'm about to just let my if I'm that dude, you know, everything they want, dark skinned, tall, high, 135 IQ, and I'm jacking off in a cup, and y'all think y'all about to just give me $50 to $50 and y'all profit $5,000 off of it? Fuck that. We gonna eliminate this middleman. If there's a shortage on black sperm, this middleman will be eliminated. We it's business opportunities here. It is business opportunities here. That's all I'm saying. We can eliminate this middleman.
Listen, I know that many are going to question or even indict the decision that I and many other black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets.
Christian said we should start a website. Yeah. Where that's at? Where Christian commented at? There you go. He said we should start a website. And yeah, and let's lie. Let's catfish on the website. You know, it could be just a real short, smart, high IQ dude, but the picture we gonna put up of him, he gonna be a shirt off, oily Derek Jackson looking nigga. we catfishing on the website. Like, no, this who sperm you getting. We gonna lie. we gonna sperm catfish like a mother. She done got sperm from a recovering crackhead. we gonna be selling crack baby sperm. Somebody said nutfish. Damn. Yeah, that's gonna be the new wave, man. We need to get that going. We need to get that going. We're gonna get some fake pictures. Yeah. I like the idea. Black women, they falling for scams anyway. So yeah, it's all them scams out there. We gotta get in on it. We gotta get in.
A few moments later.
We got to get in on the scams. We do. This sperm is hard to come by. It's a shortage. It's costing the black women like Ebony K. Williams that got the money. They dropping 10 G's for the whole process. Like, nah, we don't. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. If that sperm, that black sperm is costly, we got to get in on it.
Have, and many black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own. Children that will one day, no doubt, enrich and contribute to the next generation.
All right. On a serious note, she is talking about the the BLM, the stuff that we got them to take down from their website. Our goal is to disrupt, destroy, or dismantle the nuclear family and have some communal family stuff and blah 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 blah. Where it's basically just I don't know if that. Well, I mean, they said they trained Marxists and all. That's sort of what that amounts to. She's talking about we're too rich in resources and so much to give and so much in our communities and this or she's basically talking about a community of women communing together and raising kids together and all of that. All of that is embedded in what she's saying right there. All of that is embedded in what she's saying right there. I pull up the super chats that I haven't got to. Pull up super chats that I haven't got to. It ain't starring them on my end, but shout out to Christian Hutchinson in the building. Says opposite of patriarchy is poverty. Very well said.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get and understand And shout out to Larry Elder because he be driving this point home that when it comes to a lot of the discrepancies in black wealth and all of that, a lot of that comes down to families. It do. If you just look at single people, this is what they talk. They talk about the amount of wealth of the average black household compared to the average white household. They say that it's racism, but when it's two people in the household, things work better. When two people get together, they buy a house. That house becomes an asset. It adds to your net worth. That's really where that net worth is. They say the average house in America is worth, I don't know how many $100,000. It's an astronomical number to me because, like I said, I live in an area where property value has traditionally been really low. But so I look at the market in other places, and I see a house that would go for dirt cheap over here going for like $350,000 somewhere else. So whatever the average house is in America, when they compare to the white household, the white net worth to the black net worth, they're talking about families who own homes versus single people who rent. But when you adjust it for black people who are in actual families and own a home, that white black wealth gap closes some. It's like it's no way around that. Now, marriage is still a shitty deal in this modern day and age with this modern day and culture. That's why I'm in a catch-22 where I understand the value and the importance of family, but it's hard to just sit there and give a whole hog. I can't just push for marriage. I can't just push for men walking the plank. So the whole culture got to change before that could really be a thing. And that's but I can't deny what works and what doesn't work. And I can see what worked. But shout out to Christian Hutchinson. Do appreciate that super chat. Pull up the next one. I think that was Salty Balls. All right. Salty Balls in the building. She says, withhold thine liquid gold from the loins. The what does that say? The elixir of life. Do not deposit the sperm banks for thine are forecasted to be casted out forebears, bearing voidness as their forsaken to be purged. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Do appreciate that.
Ooh, suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth. Put them in your mouth and suck them and suck them.
Shout out to Salty Balls. Do appreciate that. Do appreciate you supporting the stream. But all right. Where we at here? Oh, this is one thing I found that's sort of I can't even remember what this said, but I looked it up and I said it's sort of related to this Ebony K. Williams shit that she said. But it just shows the mindset. Well, I'm about to just play it. I barely can even remember what this person said. I think this is Amanda Seales said some crazy shit I heard on the internet, and I just clipped it and said, let me just. I can't even remember. Here we go.
People men ask me all the time, oh, would you be with a regular dude? Would you just be with a regular dude? And I for the longest, I felt like, I need to just say, okay. Because I don't want to be considered like I'm elitist or bougie or whatever, but you know what? I'm not regular. So no, I don't want no regular dude. I don't. I'm exceptional. So you got to be exceptional.
That is a mindset and that is an attitude of, and I'm glad they paused her right there. What she's talking about, she's exceptional. And I'm like, exceptional at what? Don't want to be with no regular dude. I think after so long, and like Ebony K. Williams, no doubt, had the same ideology as his chick previously, or still right now. But after so long of operating in that, realization and reality sets in. And bare minimum, the words were mouthed by Ebony K. Williams. She gonna say some more bullshit a month later. Let's just put that out there, make that very clear, officially on the record. Ebony K. Williams in the next month or two or maybe 3, she's gonna say some outright bullshit. So let's just make that very clear. But the words that she was saying was she tried to give a more educated version of what was said right there. They all think they the shit. They all think that they can barter and trade with whatever status or success that they have. And then they find themselves over 40, in many cases over 40, overweight with a couple kids by a couple men, thinking that they degree, but to pull them a successful man who's made all the right reasons, made all the right decisions, but they've made all the wrong decisions. They think that their degree is going to make their brokenness pull an unbroken man who got a plan, who had a plan, executed the plan, and did everything right. That's what he gonna end up with. Nah, it ain't happening. Now, to the thing that I 100% absolutely positively did not think was worthy of content. A couple people asked me, was I going to cover it? And my knee-jerk reaction was no. And that was the Brittany Renner being interviewed by Shannon Sharp. I don't know why Shannon Sharp would do that. I do know why. Like, if you a podcast like that podcast that she went on and just acted a damn fool and poured water on everybody, twerked on Charleston White, probably damaged some equipment, almost got into a fight with a former heavyweight boxing champion. If you're an up and coming podcast like that, trying to make a name for yourself, yeah, Brittany Renner is a nice place to go. Nice place to start. If you Shannon Sharp, nah. Overall level of interest when it comes to Brittany Renner is just like, nah. It's like, why? It's like nothing else need to be said. Like, it was a brief moment where she was on the internet saying crazy shit, and she had just, got out of the whole little relationship with an NBA player and took the baby and ran. She got her $1 million baby and ran, and then went on the internet saying some crazy shit. And so it's like, yeah, I get why that trends. But like right now, I don't understand how she trends. I don't understand why people with reputable platforms that's bigger than her want to sit down and interview her. Now, I understand if you're smaller than her, why you want to talk to her, because it'll get you some clicks and views. But I don't know why the bigger people want to talk to her. Like Shannon Sharp, you are too big for this, in my opinion. You are too big for this. And speaking of too big for this, hold on. Before I even dig all the way into that, I got to go to this one first, because, okay, what's she going to say in this whole conversation with Shannon Sharp? She's going to say that she got 35 bodies under her belt. That's what she's going to say. All right. Rick Fox, 3-time NBA champion, former Los Angeles Laker, who was carried to 3 rings by Kobe and Shaq. I'm clowning him right there. He was a decent. He was a 3-and-D player before they gave it a name. That's all he do. He shoot threes when Shaq get double teamed and they kick it out. Rick Fox shoot the 3, or Kobe, drive to the hole, drawing the defense. He kick it out to Rick Fox. Rick Fox just shoot the open 3, and then he, play defense on the other team's best small forward. That was his job. Defend the other team's small forward and hit open 3s. He was a 3-and-D player before they really gave it a name. And he was married to Vanessa Williams, former Miss America, Vanessa Williams. Reputable guy. Never said anything stupid. Never made the news for something negative. Never did anything ratchet. Poster boy, model citizen, got a golden boy smile. He's, impeccable track record in terms of just who he is, in terms of personality and character, and so much to the point to where I didn't even want to believe this was him, but it got a blue check. This man is like 50. It's like, nigga. But anyway, let me read it. He says, "Hey, Shannon Sharp, so many questions. When she says black, what? When she says black, where do you think she draws the line?" Oh, see, I didn't even watch the video, so I don't even know that part. because he's a high yellow. So she's saying, where does she draw the line when she say black? All right. He want to know if he dark enough to get the pussy. All right. He says, I'm just asking for all the one drop brothers and sisters out there who are aspiring to be number 36 to number 50. So this man then came up there and then lightweight, implied that he want to be number 36 after she said she got 35 bodies. It's like, Rick, I don't knock you for wanting to smash Brittany Renner. I do knock you for publicly making it clear that you're trying to smash. Like, make no mistakes, that is a dog whistle. That is a dog whistle that says, a card carrying, only mess with men with money who have some type of status or fame. That is really like a card carrying way of, that is a way of literally just saying and throwing it out there, like, in a joking way, like, hey, Brittany, I'm down. Give me a call. That's trying to dry holler at her. Salty Balls like pretty Ricky done fucked up. Yeah, he trying to dry holler at her. Ain't no other way around that. And it's like, look, if Rick Fox ran into Brittany Renner and they talked to her and he said some shit to her and she was down for the get down and they went on and hooked up, no big deal. Put it on the internet like that, like, nah, that just reeks of down bad. That just reeks of, like, I mean, honestly, if I'm Rick Fox, I wouldn't even. I want to be a man and be fair. Like, hey, I can't knock you for wanting to smash, but damn, you Rick Fox. You ain't the biggest superstar in the world. Your best days are behind you, but you still Rick Fox. You still played 13 years in the NBA. It's like, nah, you don't publicly put that out there like that. And not to mention, like, dude. Like, I feel like Cuba Gooding right now. I'm like, Ricky! Like, that's how I feel. Cause you about to get shot in the back by that light-skinned nigga with the Jerry curl that shot Ricky in the back is pulling up behind you right now. He had that 80s Jerry curl, even though the movie came out in the 90s. Did Jerry curls make it to the early 90s? But anyway, that shit is like, Ricky! Like, that's how I feel about Rick Fox right now. For real. You clowning. Don't publicly throw that out there. Do not publicly throw that out there. There's little bad bitches you're looking for. There's plenty of little bad bitches that, just they can Google you. That didn't go. RM. That wasn't the right part of the movie. Just can't show Cuba Gooding doing something else from the same movie. He didn't know that didn't go. If we had the Ricky right there ready to go, it would have worked. But all right. So, like I said, I don't know why this is still content. Where's that? Hold on.
Deserves that if they're wanting of that, and it seems to.
I don't know why this is still content. I don't know why we still give a good goddamn about Brittany Renner. It's a brief moment, it was a brief moment where she was a trending thing and I understood why. But right now, if she would have had to take that liquor that they was drinking and splash it in Charleston White's face in order for this to be coverable to me. That's why it ain't in the title in the thumbnail. But what the hell? We here. We almost 2 hours in. Let's go.
To me, as I
I sit here and talk to you that you are someone that's very passionate about finding love. And I think the thing is that that person knows who you are. They know some of the things that you've done. So that person that wants to be with Brittany Renner, they're gonna know what she's done and be okay with that. Do you think it's hard for that? Is it hard for an athlete? Because athletes are very prideful, and don't take this the wrong way, but they kind of like, that's mine. And to know that that package has been unwrapped by somebody else on multiple occasions, it doesn't sit well with. I'm gonna keep it one. You say keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Y'all said the video is low. The volume in the video is low. Do everybody concede that point, or am I being a little bit trolled? If it's low but easy to hear, then this is what it is. It could be a little lower. But all right. What he basically explaining right there is the reason why Russell Wilson looked kind of goofy, because it's just looked kind of goofy. Chick, had a baby by another celebrity, probably a lesser celebrity with a unfavorable past, and you show up and you marry her and give her the ideal life. It's just look, most people agree that look goofy, and that's more or less what's going on. So yeah, any dude is like, it's like, how you gonna play in the NBA and still go mess with her? It's like, now, like, you saw her out with that date with Shaq. I think Shaq hit it. Shaq like it's like this dude's Shaq and Rick Fox real close friends, by the way. So if Shaq was smashing and then Rick Fox trying to smash, that is just, I don't know. Do it work like that? Hoes start getting old, then like, the retired when they in their prime, they getting passed around by the active athletes. When they get old, when they about to retire, they sitting up on, at the top of Mount Slutmore. They got their face on Mount Slutmore, but they still, mess with retired rich athletes, like, the ones, I don't know how it work. I don't know how it work. I think it's like, you graduate or not graduate, or you decline. I don't know. It's like an athlete in decline, kind of. They was averaging 25 in their prime, but now they coming off the bench averaging like 8 points. I think that's where it's at when, you got people like Rick Fox, who in his prime, he had Vanessa Williams and he's playing for the Lakers. And then now past his prime, he, going after Brittany Renner, and past her prime, in her prime, she had a current NBA player. Past her prime is Rick Fox. Like, is that how it work? With, like the really true successful card carrying hoes who made the bag off hoeing, they they fall off to the point to where the retired, they fall off to the point to where the old retired athletes with bad knees become what they fuck with when they get older. We're gonna see her out with Patrick Ewing. Is that how it worked? That's the progression? I don't know.
But then you have to go back to when there was the Derek Jeter diamond. That's what my track record's like. But Derek Jeter gets a segment on ESPN where they have his dating history in the, let me finish though.
No, I ain't saying nothing, Britt.
You
I'm just
thinking it.
You were thinking it. I'll get some water because I'm sweating in here.
Because my dating pool is, my
expansive.
God. Impressive, expansive. I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay.
Whew. Oh Lord.
Impressive, isn't?
Now he being extra because he knows it's a chick. It's like 58 people on a football team. He didn't see a chick get passed through the whole team, so I think he being extra. 35. And some of y'all may disagree with this. If she telling the truth, which I don't know and don't care if she is or not, in this day and age, 35, I think a lot of them be they be having that when they get out of college. The ones who like the real card carrying hoes and skanks, I'm talking about they was hoes in high school. You know, they was messing with all the athletes and drug dealers and pretty boys in high school was messing with all them, and then even on the half a day when you trying to hook up with her, they fucking it's grown men riding, picking them up in Cadillacs on a half a day and shit. It's like that chick, she's 16, 17 in high school, had grown men picking her up. She get in college and she still, she messing with all the athletes in the frat in college, but you still the drug dealers coming through picking her up, and grown ass men with real jobs and careers. She fucking with them too all through college and fucking with the college students, man. Some of them, I don't care. They'll put up triple digits. They'll put up triple digits by the time they walk off that damn campus. All of them don't do that. Some of them be having a set amount of guys that they mess with. I get that. He being extra with that 35. I did see the part when him and Chad, because she in her mid-30s. She's in her mid-30s. All right? Or early 30s, mid-30s. This is how I'm looking at it. This is how I'm looking at this shit. And Chad Johnson, it's funny at Chad Johnson when he was talking to Shannon Sharp, he was like 35? Man, them rookie numbers. And I understand where he's coming from. Because 35 is the ones who actually hoes, they clear 35 when they walking off that college campus. It's like, so, if she's telling the truth, it's hard to pinpoint where the number is actually at, because it's as simple as this. Women will lie. You could look up some stats. They would say the average woman averages 9 sex partners or 7 sex partners or whatever the hell. You could look up the stats and it'll say that. I don't think you can really buy any of that, because women will lie on an anonymous questionnaire. So it's no data on how many dicks the average woman has actually had. You cannot find accurate data on that. And I don't think we'll ever get accurate data on that. I am a firm believer in the idea, the notion, the concept that women will lie on an anonymous questionnaire. That is, how many body count, how many bodies you've had. That is by definition a self-reported study. Self-reported studies are faulty. If they ask somebody, how often do you do such and such? It depends on what it is. It depends. Like for example, if you ask a random person, this is the difference between a self-reported study and a non-self-reported study. Self-reported study, ask the average black person, how much do you tip? They'll probably just throw out 15%. About 15%. Yeah. I probably average about 15%. Then you collect the data after waitresses, serve somebody and it's all done. They've cleaned, they bust the table. They either looked at the card or they looked at the money that they scraped up and added it all up, took the amount that was made, the bill, and look at what percentage, of the tips, they calculate it from, a non-self-reported. You can't ask the person. You can't ask the person what they do. They're going to lie. They're going to exaggerate. They're going to make themselves sound good. But if you actually collect the data in a way that's where it's irrelevant to what the person tells you, you actually observed, collected, and reported, you come up with a different number. And all of those studies show that black people tip less, regardless of whether the service is good, regardless of whether the person that's serving them is white or black. The black people tip less across the board. Hands down, they tip less. All right. But you do it a self-reported study, they tip more. Self-reported studies don't work. Self-reported studies when it comes to drug use is different from, other studies when they find out if drugs are in the system based off them, randomly testing or checking, or if they have to, if people who have to do blood work for other reasons, let's just say you go to the doctor and okay, we're going to get your blood work and check your, all your different levels and this or that and this and that. And when they do your blood work, they do this, they test that, they look at your urine, they blah, blah, blah. They do all that. The amount of time that when it comes to that, the data from those studies differ from the self-reported studies. But when it comes to body count, because there's no way you can't just follow her around 365 days out the year from 16 to 26 and know exactly how many dicks have been in her. It is no way to know. That is the biggest flaw in the body count argument. That's the biggest flaw in ever even asking a woman, what's your body count? You never know. So whether it's 35 or 135, we don't fucking know. Whatever they say the average is for women, we don't know. So that's why I'm like, I didn't hear nothing that was a big deal right there. She said 35. She could have said 45, 45, 55, or 5. She could have said the exact number of athletes that I said I fucked in my book, and I wrote a chapter on each one. It was 10 chapters in my book. So those 10 plus PJ Washington, 11. She could have said that. What's the difference? Whether she said 11 or 35, what's the difference? It's like it's just words. It's a self-reported study of one. It could be a lie. It could who the hell knows? But anyway, now I haven't heard what happens beyond this point. I will play a little bit of it because I'm told that this is content, but I don't. It's not content to me. I can give two shits.
Woo! The word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
If I'm judged for having great taste.
We are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour. Woo!
If I'm judged for having great taste, although someone like Derek Jeter, for example, who had his dating diamond.
Why would you feel a need that you can be honest to yourself? I know how many men I slept with. That ain't for everybody else. But why did you feel why did you feel that needs to be for public consumption? That's I mean the crux of this. That's what you mind if I say? I
just choked on that because Shannon Sharp don't know how easy people clip people in the on this internet
for public consumption. That's I mean the crux of this. That's what you mind if I sit to the edge of my seat?
Okay.
If I'm judged for having great taste, although someone like Derek Jeter, for example, who had his dating.
She keep comparing herself to men. I don't know why they want to be like men. I don't know why it's so hard for women to understand that if a man can have sex with a lot of women, that is an accomplishment. If a woman can have sex with a lot of men, that just means she has a vagina. Not an accomplishment.
Diamond.
Why would you feel a need that you can be honest to yourself? I know how many men I slept with.
Yeah, I hear you say, I know how many men I slept with. He don't understand how the game work on the internet. You're not supposed to say that. He was speaking as her. Somebody's going to clip that statement. I know how many men I slept with. Like he gonna be gay by tomorrow with that clip. Somebody gonna make that go viral.
That you can be honest to yourself. I know how many men I slept with. That ain't for everybody else. But why did you feel why did you feel that needs to be for public consumption? That's I mean the crux of this. That's what you mind if I sit to the edge of my seat?
You don't gotta ask for permission. This is your
Why would you feel the need to share that information with the public? Some things are left best unsaid.
That's what I hear.
See, that's a stupid question. Why do you need to share that? She wrote a book. I first heard of her when she went viral talking about how NBA players are dumb. It's so easy to trap one of them. They don't use condoms. I've had sex with like 16 of them, and it all was raw and without a condom. So her saying it's been 35 total dudes now at this point, what's the big deal? Like why even ask her, why do you feel the need to put that, to say that? Like, she said worse. She wrote a whole book about her sexual escapades with NBA players, athletes, entertainers, or whoever the hell.
Probably the same reason that I wrote a book, because I felt called to share.
Oh, damn.
Some things that
Hey, I've never seen this, and she literally just made the point that I just made. I haven't seen this. So yeah, she made the exact point that I made. She was willing to say that for the same reason that she wrote a book, to get people to look at it and say, oh my God, she said this, she said that. That's why, like, it's all deliberate at this point. That's why I'm like, it's not news.
That's what I hear. Probably the same reason that I wrote a book, because I felt called to share. There are some things that maybe moving forward I would keep to myself, but I mean, I just told you I had sex with 35 guys. That's an updated number for people who have been following the number for years now. So
He asking an attention hoe why she wants attention from being a hoe. Bingo. Bingo.
It said you slept with 24 men, 11 athletes, 5 entertainers, 8 regular guys. Now you up to 35.
I keep a list on my phone. Why is that a lot? What was the whistle?
No, I'm just
like, whistle.
No. I mean, you said athletes don't use condom.
But so 10 guys, was that?
So you
9
you
guys
24.
in?
No, 11. You
11 guys in 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is there a number you're trying to get half a hundy? I mean,
11 guys in 5 years is, that's 2 a year. That's 2 a year. I mean, whatever.
What you going for?
How are you gonna ask me if I'm trying to get half 100 when I've been sitting here talking to you for almost 2 goddamn hours? You don't got no idea who I am?
So 36. So 36 and that's it. Or are you looking to go back? Would you be willing to go back and get one of those 36 and make it 35?
Don't add a body. Hey, don't add a body.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to add a body.
So 36 will
Don't worry about.
Listen. 30,
don't worry about it.
36,
unless you're worried about it.
Would any of those guys that you previously have slept with, would you be willing to? Would you husband them?
I've given some second chances, and it just reiterates why I don't give second chances. I don't think that I don't believe that I've met my guy.
You don't believe you met him?
I thought I did. A couple times, man.
Are you willing to date outside your race?
I can't do pink meat, child. That shit scarred me. This is gonna sound kind of fucked up, but I just don't see myself respecting anyone that's not black.
Why?
The man who's supposed to lead me is black. I know that.
Leading is the easy part. Following is what's hard.
The man.
Uh-oh. Shannon Sharp said something that made sense.
That is meant to cherish me and love me and be there for me, and that was designed for me energetically at this moment. Again, it could change, because never say never. Black.
All right. There it is. I got nothing to say because I don't care. I do not care. Did not care from the start. Was not planning on covering this. I just threw it in at the end of a show because people was asking me, am I going to cover it? But I don't see why it's anything to cover. A hoe is talking about being a hoe. She is far removed from what made her trend, with the whole, shit she did about the book that got her, popular, and then PJ Washington, and they were supposed to be, supposed to be something, and I don't know, they're supposed to get married. She was pregnant, and then as soon as the baby was born, the baby wasn't even old enough to lift his head up, and she was already up out of there. She wrote a book about trapping niggas, and then she trapped the nigga and left. Like, she literally did what she said in this book, and that nigga was dumb enough to do it. And then he went and got another IG model tattooed on his body because they like together and in love. Like, niggas is dumb. Some niggas is dumb and they don't learn. So what the hell? I don't I don't have it in me to give a shit. I don't. It defies commentary. It's possible she could do something crazy enough to where it's worth covering. Because when she was wilding the fuck out on that Those People podcast, that was worth covering. That was bizarre enough to cover. But just a normal sit down conversation, we like when Dave Chappelle was like, "Man, I'm having a hard time processing this. I gotta know, what does Ja Rule think about this?" It's like, when they had they after 9/11 happened, that literally happened. 9/11 happened, and I forgot what station it was. The first person that they literally went to Ja Rule and say, rapper Ja Rule, we're gonna get his thoughts on this, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, that literally happened. I remember I saw that on the news long before the Dave Chappelle joke. It's like that's how I feel about Brittany Renner talking. It's like I never want to know, what does Brittany Renner think about this? It's like I don't want to know no more. It's like, so I'm done. It's nothing to cover there. But we are at the 2-hour mark. I'm about to wrap this up. I know y'all probably wanted a panel. There will be no panel today. I'm getting the hell up out of here. But before we go,
welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, make sure you go and subscribe to Machismo TV. Thank you, everybody, for watching the stream. For everybody who liked, shared, subscribed, did anything to support the stream in any way, shape, or form, I do greatly appreciate you. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.